This is in response to Billy's Talking Points memo from Friday, December 11th, 2015, explaining the Trump surge. Now, I wonder if he was using the word surge just like Bush used the word surge in 2007 when he wanted to make it look like adding 30,000 soldiers would help out in Iraq. But Trump is surging. He's doing exceptionally well. And of course, Billy has a very unique way of explaining why Trump is doing so well. And that is, number one, Obama, and number two, the liberal press. So Obama, who, according to Billy, doesn't want to fight the war on terror, is timid, doesn't want to take it to the enemy, and is very, very feckless when it comes to illegal immigration. So we have porous borders, and we won't fight the war on terror. That's all Obama's fault, and that's why Trump is doing what he is doing so well over here. In fact, he brings up one thing. It's always interesting when he brings up something that's very hard to verify, but he brought about that 173% increase in illegal families coming to the United States. And if that's the same as it was last year in 2014, that means that those families came to the United States, they came to the border, and they came to be arrested so that they could seek out refugee status. Because many of them are young people, mothers, young children, some children coming on their own from some countries in Central America that have extremely high murder rates. Belize, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, I can't think of all of them. And they're coming here because they don't want their children to die by a gunfire. But of course, Billy just says, yeah, they're illegals. So basically, Billy is saying is that there's no justice and there's no safety here in the United States, and the liberal media is just giving Obama a pass on the whole thing, and that is why millions of people are there for Trump. And I would just like to say, I don't want to repeat any of the things that Trump has said, but let's just say there is unfortunately a fairly sizable underbelly of the Republican Party, or conservatives in general, who have that vicious and vile mentality when it comes to dealing with things such as the refugees who are coming here from Syria, who are coming from a war-torn country, have nothing to go back to. There's not going to be any safety zones for a long period of time. They have nothing to come back to, and they need to start a new life. And many of them are well educated, and they need to get out of a war zone. And the things that he has said about Mexicans, and as despicable as it may be, is the feeling of a number of conservatives. And it is something that the Republican Party has basically been pushing through specialized language, a wink and a nod, about this is how they really feel. And of course, this is really despicable. And of course, even now, what we're seeing is that if Trump is in a position to get the nomination, the Republican Party wants to find a way to keep him from it, because they know, even though they need those people, those xenophobic people in the election, they know that Trump has alienated so many other people, he will never, ever win the presidency. So it isn't because of the Trump surge of Obama. It's because of the terrible, terrible things that are coming up, and the people in the United States who are basically agreeing with Trump. Really, really terrible.